let's see the next question. The next question is talking about finding the range. Now be careful on the stem and leaf. This will be your stem, which is the 10th. Those will be the ones. When you read this number, that's 11. This one will be 15. So now, but when we discuss the word range, the word range is always maximum minus the minimum. Now, what we mean by the maximum? Maximum will be the last number on the chart. So the last number is right here, 40, and then 7. So 47 will be the last number. Now, the smallest number on the graph, which is the minimum, that will be the first one right here, which is what? Minus 11. So the range of this data will be 36. So now the next problem, what we have to do is we have to find the standard deviation, and be careful, this is standard deviation of the sample. So now we'll go ahead and we'll look at how we can create that. The best way is to go ahead and create that using the table. So here is your x, which is 22, 29, 21, 24, 27, 28, 25, and 36. And after that, what we need to do, we need to find the mean. How we can find the mean? We can add them all and divide by n, which is what we mean by this is the sum. So to find the mean, it's the sum of x over n. What's the sum of x? Those are your x. Go ahead and add them. How would you add them? You add on the calculator 22 plus 29 plus 21, so you end up with 158. Now, 158, and how many are there? There are 8 numbers, so if we divide by 8, count them again, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, that's 5, that's 6, 7, 8. So if I divide by 8, the mean of this data will become 26.5. Remember, we're dealing with sample, therefore I'll put the mean right here and I'll fill the whole entire table by 26.5 for each actually data right here, 26.5. Now when we go to the next one, we're going to say take the value, subtract the mean, and then square the value all the way using the table right here. So it's going to be like 22 minus 26.5, and then we square. The answer will be 20.25. And we do the next one, which is 29 minus 26.5, and we square, and we get the value, which is 6.25. Now, if you keep on doing that, so therefore this will be 30.25. The next one will be 6.25. The next one will be 0.25. And this will be, if we're not skipping any, hopefully, this will be 0.25. This will be 2.25, and this will be also 2.25. You know, check them, make sure you're not missing any. So 26, 30, I think I put 2 of them here, so make sure you count them. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing one data, but you go ahead and find out which data is missing by adding all. But then when you do the sum of this data, the sum of the last column, the sum of x minus the mean, when you add them all up, by the way, I think I found the mistake. We were talking about The sum of x is not 115. The sum of all this will be actually 212. 212 divided by 8 is 20, it's still 26.5, which is we have no problem. Now when we add the sum of all x, I'll end up with 158. Now what is the variance over here? The variance, well, let me put first a symbol. The variance will be actually sigma squared, which is equal 158. Divide that by n minus 1, since it's a sample. If it is a population, we'll divide only by n. So we'll go ahead and say this is 158 divided by 7, because n is 8. As we indicate right here, n must be 8. So when we divide by 7, you end up with 22.57. Now what is the standard deviation? Is the square root of the variance, which equals the square root of 22.57, and that will be 4.8. You can actually use the calculator to fill out the values right here. When you go to actually edit, as you can see, look at this tab, edit, and then you enter the values. Enter the value. I'm just going to show you a couple of them, and then 29, and then 21, and 24. Now in the next one, you'll fill out the mean. The mean is going to be the same all over, 26.5, 26.5, and so on. Now after you fill actually the data in, what happens when you move to the next one, if you want to write the formula, you can do the following. Go up, use the arrow key to go up, and then you open the parentheses. And basically you type list 1, second, list 1, minus second, list 2, which is number 2. You close the parentheses, and then you square the value. And you hit enter the minute. Because what happened is I did not put the value right here for the last one. So what I need to go in here. As you can see, my values is not the same. What I need to do, I need to clear this. $26.5. Now I didn't have this match because I have the same number. Now when I input the formula, I go all the way on the top. I use the arrow key to go on the top. I open parentheses. I put second, list 1, which is number 1, minus second, list 2, which is number 2. You close the parentheses and you square. When you square and you hit enter, then the calculation will come up in front of you.